Okay, my name is Rasandran. I've been in the teaching line for more than 40 years. Okay, this has been my first job. Okay, and I really find my love, my passion, my interest in this line. And it has been a very enjoyable journey. After my retirement, some time ago, I've been still engaged in this teaching as a flexi-adjunct. If you can appreciate the small things in life, it has a greater impact. The little things are the one that makes the biggest difference. Like early morning when you come to your staff room and say, "Hi, good morning." And they use that whenever I see them in the canteen, all that. Mr. Ras, team, KIP, knowledge is power. I feel damn good. Okay, something has sunk into them. I'm married, I have a daughter, 27, 28 years old. Yes. No. I did ask her, would you like? She said, no, Dad. I do not want to have another teacher in the family. She said, but my nephews and nieces, they are teachers.
So your family is full of teachers?
We have 6, 7 of us. After my from my line onwards, we have other.
You were the first teacher?
In the family, yes, for my generation. Then subsequently, my nieces, nephews, all they took up the course and me teaching, tried out, and they have comfortably settled. Being a flexi-adjunct teacher, which is getting very popular, a lot of people are coming on board, retired teachers who decided, one, because they do not have to do CCA. They usually don't have CCA, they don't have extra duties that were given to the normal teachers. So we can start our job at 7:15 and we can leave at about 2:30. Once we have clocked our 6 to 8 hours per day, 6 hours, we are free. We can do whatever we want to do. But we still contribute, go for relief, take over this class. We still participate actively in the sports events or whatever program we have. It's still you are not put on the fringe, not put on the sidelines, but we are still actively involved, engaged. FAJTs are engaged, and the ministry also giving good salary. I mean, they ensure that you are taken care of. Yeah, the benefits are there. I think that's good. So I would say the MOE is really proactive and looking into, because they know that sometimes the resignation rate can be high. They need every school need a manpower, critical. There'll be a crunch issue, so they need a big pool of flexi-adjunct teachers who can help the schools. Oh my God, from 1979 up to now, I don't know, thousands and thousands and thousands, really thousands of kids. Some of the things that students will tell me is how strict I was and all that, and how they enjoyed my subject. So it was quite interesting. And also I saw some Grab drivers, they also were there doing part-time, and they took me and then they said, Mr. Ras, do you know me? I was from this particular school, and they, oh, okay. Oh, you are the one. Okay, good. And I also met them in the ICA. They were security officers there. Or when I went to make my passport and all that, one of them came and told me, this is one of my favorite memories. They said, Mr. Ras, remember when I left school in Sec 4, and then you are the one who wrote for me a testimonial to join the police force. And I'm so glad that you gave me that nice testimonial, and I went through the interview and all that, and I became a police officer, and now I'm here as an officer and all that. It's quite touching. Lately, I met some students at a polyclinic, dispensing medicine and all that, pharmacy and all that. Wow, it is quite a very interesting. It's very warm to see all this.
So you have touched many lives, eh?
In a way, yeah, I think so. Yeah, if they can remember and they come forward, not shying or hiding away, when they come forward to share with me some of the memories we had in the school days, I think that is really touching. I believe doing literature promotes your English language skills as well. It's basically English medium, and then they teach you how to comprehend the theme, the characters, the language and all the nuances which are very important for comprehension skills for English language itself. And you understand character. And character is something that we need to know about each character, the personality, the traits and all that. That is something important we should understand. That's why we can build empathy, understanding. It's very rich, literature is very rich, history also I would say, very beneficial. I think schools, they understand that and then they give the option for them to do. In the third year, Sec 3 onwards, they got option. Same thing about history, when we show the videos, when we share some of those anecdotes or certain things that took place in history, they are like mesmerized. You see, oh, such things happened before. Such were the things that took place. And then we of course bring them on learning journeys like the museum and all that. That sparks some interest in them. Singapore history as well as the modern history. Ancient history, yeah, that's part of it also. But nowadays, for secondary level is more towards the modern history. Modern means like European side of it, and between the two world wars and after the post-World War II, basically starting from 1917, from the period of First World War I right up to the modern, until the 1990s. It's a long stretch, but very fascinating. At least weekly or fortnightly, I go to the National Library, the community library. Even today,
why? What do you do?
I try to look at the new books that come, read, and then also look around. I'm fascinated by the number of people who are reading, parents with children, retired people coming, seeking a comfortable spot in the library. Now they are all well furnished, beautifully, with all the books, all kind of materials are there. And recently I borrowed books on the philosophy and language and on well-being, growth mindset. Again, I want to see different points of view and all that. It's good. And some of those things, articles I've photocopied and given to my teachers and all that, and they appreciated the sharing. My circle of friends, they do read a lot. They read a lot. When they go overseas, they buy books. Like in my current school, I have a teacher who's a senior teacher. She goes overseas, she'll buy books, and she shared with me one or two books which I really appreciate. Wow, wonderful. Mostly on the theme of educational pedagogy, children's well-being, how to stay motivated, and I share views with fellow teachers who are really in the same kind of thinking mode, and then we exchange, and then I see like some fantastic ideas. This one I read in a book where some families, from some communities in the world, there are very strong communities where they have a very high literacy rate. Okay, these are the families I read through as part of my reading, where they encourage, they ask one pertinent question when the child returns home and settles down after lunch. What 2 new things did you learn in school today? 2 new things. Don't tell me about Singapore was founded in 1819. Don't tell me about Stamford Raffles came here and all that. I want 2 new things that you learned today. That triggers the guy. He will look at what he has learned. History or geography or chemistry or physics. Oh yeah, mom, I went to the lab today, I did this. Those are things that put the students, they will know that when they go back home, the parents are ready. Wow, this is powerful, It's very powerful because the guy who come back home, oh, without fail, I must face my mother. she'll ask me a question about what did you learn today in school. Very powerful, yeah. This is my request: teachers must be resourceful, and as part of your lifelong journey, attend workshops, seminars. Attend. It's to your benefit. I think the ministry has found that they take training very, very seriously, because our MOE's investment, the financial investments, a lot. I think if you were to space out during the long break, I told you, right, March got 1 week, June got 4 weeks, September got 1 week, November, December got 6 weeks. You can also space out there, and some during your school days, you see which day you can go off, like you can take time off. They can put a flexi-adjunct teacher there.
For you
Yes, yes. If the teacher is going for 2 or 3 day workshop, they can easily get the flexi-adjunct teacher to take over. And they say, why you're so cheerful always? I say, why you're every time like with a positive mindset? I say, if you don't have a positive mindset, what's the extreme? I've said it, your right hand is a positive and your left hand negative. Which one you prefer? You want something like outgoing and very positive and looking forward? Or you want something like very depressing and bad? Which is, of course, you'll choose the right part, the right hand. So, we have no options there. Either this or that. If we go into this part, where you don't really push yourself to. I really find that being cheerful, being optimistic, it goes a long way. Challenges are there. Challenges comes in many forms and all that. Students, parents, sometimes everywhere you go. But it's how you handle it. I'm so blessed with very good principals in my school. As a teacher, as a HOD, I was really very blessed to have very good principals from the initial years. Mr. Gunn, Mr. T.P. Naidu, Mr. Harpal Singh, Mr. Bhajan Singh. A lot of them along the way really benefited. Then Madam Tan. Each of them, like for example, Mr. Bhajan Singh was very concerned about every student's interest is paramount. Every child-centered, be child-centered, very child-centric. Put yourself in the shoes of the child. That's what I learned from Mr. Bhajan Singh. During one of our staff room meeting, we have our Monday meetings, after school meetings, he gave us one article on raw diamonds. The title is Raw Diamonds. Children are raw diamonds. Can you guess what it is? They are unpolished. They need a nurture and care. Don't treat them as rotten apples just because of 1 or 2 blooming or some terrible mistake. Take care of them, nurture them. It's not easy, not successful all the time. Some will not change overnight, but those are the things I learned from principals. Then another principle I learned is how to build a camaraderie, bonding, empathize with the teachers. That is from Mr. Harpal Singh. He was principal and he really gave us that kind of I like his famous quotation, do anything you want in school, but don't embarrass me. Wow, that is a very powerful statement.
Why is it powerful?
That means he wants you to think through whatever you do, make him feel like proud, like you are a member of the school, like a good stakeholder. That's a very powerful thing. That means whatever you do, make sure it has positive side, not negative side that will bring the school into the image of school, the students, the parents will feel something negative. I like that. Do anything you like, but don't embarrass me. Or very down to earth. And another principle I know was very firm, very firm. I had one issue with a student. That was in my first school, when I was engaged in my first school, and that girl was putting some kind of issues, about certain things. And then I said, okay. The next morning, I took her direct to the principal, and he was very firm. He asked a few very blunt questions and told her this. And I like his style of questioning. Very to the point, precise. So that's another thing I learned. The art of questioning. Ask the right questions. This was a lady principal, and she always with a book, a diary, walk around with all the footnotes and stick, the notes and all that. Very, very systematic. very conscientious, so that everything she's at her fingertips now. She tried to say, hey, and she gave us gentle reminders. Hey, coming up, okay. Not like, hey, tomorrow, She said, then we have a common. All my principal, I had an opportunity. We, as a group of teachers, sat in the canteen, have some nice, open, warm conversations. It's not only in the principal's office, or only certain things are meant to be spoken in the office. No such thing. Just come. If I see you, I'm having my coffee, come sit. Some will call, come, sit down here. Wow, shock, sit down, chit chat. And then we can see what is driving them, what is the driving force behind them, what are the aspirations they have for the school.
So the leaders were very involved.
Involved. Every school.
Do you think they were trained that way by MOE or how?
Definitely, MOE would have sent them for scholarships, would have sent them for training, would have got them to train undergrad mentors, the senior mentors, everything lah. They would have a lot. I think thanks to, and then they would have they are also avid readers. That was during my initial first few years in the school, and one of the principals showed us an article from Malaysia, from the New Straits Times, Malaysian newspaper. See how they capture resources. He showed an article. The title is How a School Principal Turned the School Around. It was a notorious school in Johor Bahru, very notorious, gangsters, hooligans, gang fights, drug peddling and all that. How this principal went there, that school, that Malaysian principal in the school, he assessed the situation, got the resources and all that. Within 1-2 years he wiped out and became a school for recognized for good intake of students. Wow. And that newspaper gave him the credit. The principal who turned the school around. That's why I say raw diamonds, how you polish them, because they all need nurturing and guidance. They need a lot of guidance. Children, even adults sometimes we need guidance also. We are not everybody got that kind of way of getting the solutions. We are all seeking. The search is there. We are seeking. As long as I have a colleague who is in the 75, 77.
In school?
In school, yeah. Now in their 70s and they are as fit. They are like my role models. Very slim. Always we talk about how to maintain good health. We learn from our seniors. Damn good. And they are very alert. My mom is my greatest mentor and she died last year. Yeah, November 8 November. Very sad.
How old was she?
She was 92. So when she was 26, I was born. So you see the bond, how many years we traveled together. And during the, Mandai, when they have that crematorium, so I was asked to give a speech now. Then I really recounted the impact of my mother, my elder brother, myself, and my nephew. All of us spoke. What really impact. And I told the people there the 3 major lessons I learned from my mom, which have really impacted me in my career all over. Number 1 is celebrate. Celebrate life. Like earlier you were talking about small things in life. Celebrate. Don't wait for big things. Celebrate the simple birthdays, wedding anniversaries, or anything small things. Celebrate. Get a t-shirt, buy a small token, buy a book and give to the child. Okay, that's number 1, celebrate. And she said, we all we struggle. Life is full of struggle. My mom has struggled a lot, raising 8 children, and my father was handicapped because of his legs were amputated because of diabetes at the age of 50, and he lost his job. So then my mom took over. Wow, she has to be our sole breadwinner then. But we learned how she didn't give up. She really went through a lot of struggles in life, and that is our greatest lesson. So celebrate small things. Struggles there are, but cope. And the last one, which is very powerful, is patience. The virtue of patience, my God, my mom is very powerful. She never simply scream or act in a very tough manner. Just softly tell you, very soft it really sinks.